I found that a lot of the times our kids are somewhere between kindergarten and 10 started to seem to lose their hope, and they felt like as if their dreams were in an incubator, too small for now or too big for now, and therefore they had to suppress it. But the more they suppressed it, it seems as if they were losing it. And I believe that from the beginning, if we could start creating some newer pathways of possibilities that remind them of their possibilities, if we start putting in the references of their brain, the things that says I can, and remembering their dreams, that when they need it the most, it would come forward. So I was like, how is it that I can, when I'm volunteering here as a parent, how can I make a difference? I believe that every environment we get into, that we've got to leave a positive impact. And so I was scared at first, very, very nervous, and I don't get nervous about much. But I thought about, how do we make it meaningful to the kids? As adults, yeah, we can go out and do a lot, but these kids need the reminders. They need it embedded in them from now of what's possible. And I didn't just want to throw something up on the wall and leave it there. I needed something that could really be transformational for our kids. And it's been a year of thinking, doubting myself, and getting up and deciding, along with the encouragement of a couple of other folks, to go ahead and give it a shot. So it was more out of our kids need the stores of positivity they could pull on in their challenging times, to remind them of their self-value, to remind them of what's possible. I just went like, girl, what are you doing with your life? I was like, there is so much more that can be done. It was inspiring. Some of it could be a little bit heartbreaking when you see the trials that had to be overcome, but they did it. That is like more phenomenal and standout than anything else, is that they did it. And so as I read, and I have read, you could, there is no AI that could have done this for me. I read hundreds, literally, from across the globe. And I did worldwide because we are interconnected. There's none of these people that achieved a dream on their own. And so I figured, make it community-based and then spread out to national and then take it international. But as I did it, all I kept doing is being inspired. I over and over again, and it made me want this for our kids more. I felt like our kids need to be on the walls of history, that their dreams is not about later, it's about now. I wanted them to know they didn't have to wait till they're grown, because that seems so far and so disappointing. I wanted them to see themselves in greatness, to not just see history, but to see that they are what's happening now. They are the next step to who have been. I think it was brave of SST to give a space for this. It's different, and I'm going to be quite honest, if I may. Sometimes the environment around certain issues can be very volatile, and I think it seems to have been getting even more so sometimes all across social media, and it takes guts to do something different. And I really got to appreciate and love the administration of this school for the way they stand up. They're about character. It was a characteristic trait that I thought that they embodied. And it taught me something as well. Because like I said, I doubted and I got scared. And I'm like, girl, who are you to do this? How are you to bring this to this school? They already have their programs in place. They're doing just fine. Who are you to come and bring this? But they were brave with me. They took on this initiative. It taught me something. And then when I looked at all these people, one of the main things that connects them all was courage, bravery. So when I sat down to write, I do 2 stories here at the school for the different grades. I've been spending a lot of hours. One is on bravery, the other one is the magic of persistence. Because every single person who makes a difference in history, everybody who dares to break a mold, to set a new trend, to become a pioneer, they have bravery in spades. Scared, they do it. And they've got persistence, beaten back, beaten down, they did it. And I thought that when I approached approached the principal, and she was very open to it, and the admin made the space and the time. I thought that was courage in action. They're living up to their character traits that they teach the kids, and it motivated me, and and inspired me. And so I write kids stories. I speak internationally. I'm like, what could I say that could make a difference, that embodies what the school stands for and my journey in getting to Dear Future Me. I would tell my future self a few things. I would say, remember where you've been. It's not the end. Remember who you are and where you want to get. I would say you are valuable. You are awesome and creative. You have to die empty. I want to tell my future self, when I get over here, I want you to be so emptied out of everything and every goodness that you have in you. So I said, dear future self, you have more lives to impact. You've got more kids to influence. You've got more people to remind that they've got a voice. You've got more people to say you are brave, that your voice matters, that your dreams and your goals, that they are worth something. Don't give up, future self, because you're going to get it done through the obstacles, through the hard times, through the naysayers, through the doubts, the fears, the tears. You're going to get there. So go do it, girl.